Okay, so Twitch. Yeah, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you're reading a Christmas Carol, huh?"
No.
Womp womp. Okay, so then I guess I gotta go to the creator dashboard.
Well done, Joe.
I know. It's one of those things like I didn't think of it until I was already live.
No, well, yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I understand entirely, to be fair.
This is the sort of behind-the-scenes Joe and Cleo stuff.
Yes, the biting sarcasm.
Yeah. Okay, arts and crafts with zombie Cleo.
Yay!
Drawing Pokemon.
Christmas Pokemon, so each one has to have a Santa hat.
Indeed.
I'm very confused by this kit that I obtained.
What kit did you obtain?
The gingerbread man kit, because it's supposed to have 5 gingerbread men and 4 hearts that go in between them. I have 4.5 gingerbread men and 3 hearts, so it's just sort of like, we tried.
I could not find a gingerbread kit anywhere.
No, they've all sold out. They've all sold out. Hello, chat. Welcome. You're not too late for the party. We're all here. We're just chilling today, as we are most days. So, my gingerbread kit is incomplete, chat. Incomplete gingerbreading is what we're going to have today. So, it feels like a Monday, but apparently it's Wednesday already. It's not. Wednesday I have stuff to do, so I have to take my cats to the vet, so it's fine. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. Joe is also here, but Joe is obviously busy because he's got.
I am here. I was just gonna say hi to Incredimike, and also to let your pets know that it's okay that their schedule trumps ours. It's fine.
Yeah, especially because my vet is booked out for regular routine vaccinations for over a month.
Wow.
Well, it's a case of the vet that they used to go to. This is their new vet. It closed down because of COVID suddenly, like a couple of months ago. So everybody who was due to get their vaccinations and stuff just went, oh, I guess we're going to find somewhere else. But nowhere in my town is. No vets in my town are taking new customers.
Of course.
So
they're all at capacity with staff and stuff.
Yeah, and because one of the local vets has just closed down, so they've got everybody else's customers, and so I've had to take them out of town.
Oh no.
So yeah, this the vet. Yes, Team Flathead. Everyone should be Team Flathead. It's so called because we had an accident and he's got a flat head compared to not flathead.
I'm assuming that's one of your cats that had the accident, not one of your vets.
No, I'm talking about my craft project. I was responding to chat because we are Team Flathead in this house.
Oh, gotcha. I need to get the overlay with your. I'm realizing I can't see what you're working on. That's my fault.
Yeah, well, that's
I'm still here trying to sharpen
terrible,
this
Joe,
pencil.
because I have you completely up on my channel. You might hear Joe for a couple of seconds, or me. No. How dare you not have me up on your screen immediately?
I was just busy sharpening this pencil, which I have now put into Pikachu's tiny hand, so it looks like he's ready to draw Pokemon.
Well, he's way more ready than you are, I think.
Apparently, yeah. Okay, so how do I make a... Oh, boy.
Hippo Kim has resubscribed. My alert's not going off again.
Okay.
That's interesting.
So filters. You don't need to actually crop yours, and the cropping is midget.
Okay, my alerts aren't going off. Hang on. Why are my alerts not going off? It's. Yep, they're not going off. Oh no, they are going off. I heard that one. Emily Didu has resubscribed with a happy crafting. You've got your 9-month baby, as has Hippo Kim. Or Hippo Sim. I can never tell if it's a soft C or a hard C. We're all good here. We're all good.
So let's see here.
Okay. So, I'm just going to start sewing because, you know, hopefully we don't have another stream like last week where Twitch went down. This looks cute and fun. Yeah, it's basically me and Joe just having a bit of a chill moment and crafting with each other, and I sew, Joe's drawing. And Megs gave out 2 community gift subs. Thank you very much. And we have a hype train. Choo choo.
Choo choo. I left my whistle somewhere.
That's okay. I can choo choo. Choo choo.
I've got my other props. I've got the In This House We Follow Groundhog Day rules cross stitch, which is an actual cross stitch. You can see in fine detail here. By my friend Shannon Sarr.
That's really good. That's a lot of work. Just the blocking out of that much colour that's a lot. That's a lot.
Well, she's a professional.
Yeah.
It's a paid gig. I recommend, I know it's a little late in the season now, but seriously, for birthdays coming up, even if it's too late for Christmas, hire your artist friends to make unique custom pieces. All of the good arguments for like supporting artists and owning something that no one else has, that you keep hearing repeated over and over for NFTs, are actually better applied to just go to an artist and say, how much would it cost for you to make me this custom piece? And then just buy it as a gift for somebody.
Buy it off them, yeah. You know. And also, don't buy NFTs.
Yeah, don't. Huge waste of ecological resources.
And you are beholden on cryptocurrency, which is not backed by anything. So just don't.
Well, I mean, that's one of those things where, like, there are so many things that are not backed by anything.
Yeah, but
that's
you don't want a
like...
currency that's not backed by anything. It's not even backed by a government, so...
Like...
It's a bit yikesy, is what we're saying.
Thank you the American currency is backed by our military might, so I mean that's one of those things like, that's legitimately a real thing, but ethically, I'm not sure that's like.
I'm not ethic. Okay, if we're going to be talking ethics, you know, we've got a whole other issues.
Well, that's why I thought we were talking ethics. Yeah. There's a lot of problems with a lot of currencies.
I mean, there is,
but
you know. Protect yourself is what I'm saying, even if you can't control your government.
And say like, hey, invest in artists. And I don't know. Okay, so let's see. From a previous drawing stream, here is Corrales as a construction worker. I like showing off some of the old stuff I've done, just so people can see how I'm improving. Here's me as the Beetlejuice in the badly drawn hermit style. Let's see, which of these are colored in. Here is Impulse in his pink and yellow shirt from last season.
See, I'm on a delay. Yes, I remember seeing these. Did you show these off like last week?
Yeah, I might have, but I showed them off late in the stream, and so like I try to mix up. I'm not gonna show them at the same time on the same day every week, but so like for the folks that weren't there. Oh yeah, here is Zedaf, Impulse, and Tango giving a high five, 3-way high five. Yeah, action shot.
Right.
But I could have sworn he was blue. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing.
Who was blue?
Jevin.
No, Jevin's always been green. What are you talking about?
Oh, well. Oh, here's me with a party popper for New Year's. Or like one of those. I don't know if you call them party poppers over there.
We do. Well, we don't really have those. Party poppers over here are smaller than that, but do exactly the same thing.
Gotcha. Okay, so my daughter suggested for this stream, because I couldn't get the gingerbread kits and stuff like that I was hoping to get.
Me neither.
That I should draw some Pokemon. And normally, that's the sort of thing where I'd be like, okay, I like the idea of drawing Pokemon, but I know I'm going to be seized by indecision, right? But we've got a Plinko board behind me now.
Yes. And now Joe is putting off all his decision-making capabilities on random chance.
Yeah, I can just say, okay, I'm gonna add a few things to the Plinko board here, And then, ooh, like Meryl looks like super convenient to draw because he's mostly circles. Yeah, so let's say that number 1 on our Plinko board is Meryl. And we'll put him on page 34. And, no, he's on page 34. I'm writing down the pages that these are on too, so I can find them later.
Gotta draw them all.
Gotta draw them all, Pokemon. Let's just see. Lotad is a fun one.
I don't know half of these ones. These ones looks like
so
second generation or third generation.
Yeah, some of these might be 4th, Cleo.
Some of these might be 4th. There's a 4th generation now?
Oh, boy, there's like 8, I think.
Okay, well,
some of these I don't
refuse
recognize
that.
at all. What region was this made in? I think it was printed in China. Let me check. Printed in Malaysia. Yeah, so this was made in the Malaysian region of East Asia.
And they have less Pokemon there or more?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
There's a sticker thing in the middle of the book that we're not going to use.
19th gen next year. Yeah, no, it feels like it. You're not wrong.
Yep. So if y'all want the Plinko board to be easier to see, keep in mind face camera expansions are going to occur during this stream, and we are $20 away from our first face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat.
The only Pokemon I'm capable of drawing is Diglett. I mean, that feels reasonable.
Okay, I've never heard of these 3 legendary Pokemon. I must have missed this generation. This might be Diamond Pearl, because I don't think I ever got to the end of those.
Are that what?
Azelf, Uxie, and Meesprit. Never heard of them.
I've never heard of them.
I do know Snivy, Tepig, and Oshawott, but not like...
There isn't actually... I'm aware, Zay Murder, that it was a joke. I promise you. I do know that much. These are so much later than Diamond and Pearl, so this is after Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, really? Okay. Shows how much I know.
Well, I'm of the opinion that there are only 100 Pokemon, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do Pancham, because he's a panda.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
Somebody says those 3 legendary were the lake Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl. See? I'm not absolutely off my gourd.
Diamond and Pearl are Gen 4. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, looks like a tip just rolled in via PayPal from Incredimike and Taffle, who say, Happy Holidays, Joe!
Aw, that's so nice.
It is. So that is going to get us our first full face camera expansion. Please direct your attention down here to where slot 8 would be. So I can say, howdy y'all, JoeHills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee.
But what about Not Found? I never found Not Found.
No, it wasn't called Not Found, it was called, not Unknown. There was something in Gen 1 where you could do a memory overflow glitch.
Missing No, yeah.
Missing No, that was it. It's like
that way in Binding of Isaac too. That's what it's called.
Thank you. Kindleless tips 22 and asks, can you draw Trogdor? You know what? Let's put Trogdor in here on the Plinko board as number 3. What is
Trogdor?
Trogdor is the Burninator.
I know that, but I don't.
And he burninates all the peasants in their thatched roof cottages.
Is he perhaps a Pokemon?
No, he is not. He is from Strong Bad's Emails, which is another fine American piece of culture produced, unfortunately not in Nashville, but in Georgia, which is nearby. Although they're always trying to steal our water by annexing this one river, because they don't want to pay our state for access to the river for water for Atlanta. And they keep thinking like, oh, if we just send a bunch of public works people, the National Guard won't show up this time. And it's like, no.
No, that's not how that works.
That's not how water works. You need to pay for access to this river.
But if we keep doing it, they can't come out every time.
Like, yeah, I mean, eventually their guns will get tired.
It's how guns work.
That's how guns work. Especially because they don't actually, shoot at them. So it's not even like they're wasting. It's not like, oh, they'll run out of ammo eventually. Like, they just show up and say, you can't build a 16-mile pipeline here. Because it's not like it's right on the border. It's like 16 miles across the border.
Yeah, no, that seems like a cut and dried argument in court.
Yeah.
But we need the water, okay?
Yeah, we're happy to keep selling it to you. You'll always have access to the water in exchange for, I don't know, not stealing it.
In exchange for money.
Mm-hmm.
Money's often exchanged for goods or services.
Yep. Okay, so, I forgot to write down which page.
The National Guard, the locally deployed army, specifically for when you're not allowed to deploy an army locally.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a National Guard as well, technically speaking. But to be fair, we wouldn't run into a case of like, we're trying to steal your water. You know you live in the UK, right?
Well, no, I think, England did that to Wales, like, in the last 50 years. They were like, we're gonna build a dam here and use the water. And Wales was like, could you please not? And England said no.
And England said, I think you forget who owns who.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it's kind of what we do. It's kind of
something similar happened here, except that the two states weren't equals.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is precedent.
We don't officially, very definitely, no internal military forces. Yeah, okay. No internal military forces. Except for those times when we deploy military forces that are not military. Who's queen?
Okay.
I think it's reasonable like this that the other hermits don't hang out with us on these streams.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, Jim. People asking about where to find Trogdor. That's Strong Bad Email 58 in particular. And it's called Dragon, because it's about how to draw a dragon. Okay, so we have on our list here 5 Pokemon that we can try on the Plinko board and 1 Trogdor. So, Cleo, which slot should I put... Oh, people are saying I'm muted on Discord. Or on the stream. Sorry, yeah, I was coughing. I was going to say we've got 5 Pokemon and 1 Dragon on here. Marill in slot 1, Lotad in 2, Trogdor in 3, Rowlet in 4, Poplio in 5, and Mimikyu on 6. Cleo, which slot should I put the chip in?
I would like a very Christmassy 5 for 5 golden rings.
5 golden Plinkos. Hey, and it came out here to slot 6 at the bottom. So that's going to be Mimikyu, which super conveniently is the page I already have open.
Oh, I remember this one. This one was the very sad one that made everybody sad.
Yeah, I think the story of Mimikyu is it's a ghost Pokemon that wants to be a Pikachu. And so it found like a garbage bag and made a little hood for itself that looks like a Pikachu and has like a stick that's like shaped like a lightning bolt it uses as its tail. So, yeah.
It just wants love.
Oh, it's under a rag. Sorry, it found a towel.
Aww. It wants to be loved, so it dressed up like Pikachu because it noticed everyone loves Pikachu.
Oh. Okay. So we're going to try, and we're going to do some small scale... Cleo, have you ever done a drawing book like this where it's like, first you draw a circle and 2 lines?
First you draw a circle, and then you draw the rest of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yes, I've drawn one of them from those books before.
Yeah, Ben Edlunds had this thing. He created the comic character The Tick.
Mm-hmm.
and he had this thing where it's like, here's how to draw the tick. First you draw an oval, then you draw the tick holding the oval because he's very strong. And I could never use these books when I was a kid. I couldn't make the mental leap from the simple shapes to the complex ones. But my kid is fantastic with these. And, I'm going to admit that's probably, on the other side of the family. So there's a lot of artistic intuition over there that I don't have. But I'm like, if my small child can do this...
Even if a small child can do this, we're assuming that Joe probably can.
Well, and I'm not saying that I'm incapable of making art. I'm saying that, like, some people have different types of intuition, right? Yeah. And the type of intuition that it takes to just look at this and go, oh, that's easy. Like, I bought my kid this book and I was like, hopefully she tries,
Yeah.
and gets something out of it. But, it's even if she doesn't really love it, hopefully she gets something, out of it.
Yeah.
But no, I hand her this and she's just drawing all the Pokemon like they're right out of the book. And I'm like, that's like we haven't like.
I'm a little bit jealous, but yeah.
Cool. But like, it's just like, wow, okay. I mean, I need to encourage this. Obviously,
I need to encourage this without jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
No,
well, I'm not jealous, but I definitely am like, okay, if she can do this, it's worth me giving it another try, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
This is where I start overthinking everything. I'm like, what's the angle on this slope here for this line?
I was always able to do those sorts of books, but I sometimes watch artists streaming the thing, and then they just draw a circle with 2 lines in it, and then there's a person, and I'm like, huh. And I'm not bad at drawing. I think I like to think so, but I can't do that. That is a thing I can't do. I can draw animals pretty well. I have the I mean, I'd probably be able to draw Pokemon, but but the people thing, no, not particularly well.
Okay, I'm gonna make my OBS thing full size here so I can actually see what viewers are seeing. Normally I kind of have my thumbnail in OBS not be quite actual size. It's much smaller. I do want to see, like...
The jump scare is always in stock. It's just on a timer. So... But I'm not playing Minecraft. And we're here because we're busy this afternoon, so we can't do HHH together. Because sometimes people need us.
Okay.
So no HHH today, guys. Sorry.
Okay, I feel like this line is a little bit steeper. Oh, I got it. Okay. I'm just gonna do a bunch of bad ones, and then until I get a good one. Is kind of how I'm feeling about this.
I kind of like slightly smirky gingerbread man.
That's a great gingerbread man. That's awesome.
Just slightly smirking. I think we've got Flathead. We've got 2 like normal gingerbread men. I'm sure there's something obviously weird about them too, but And now we've got slightly smirky one. He goes off at the end. Gingerbread times with Sky. Yeah, it does have that sort of smirk, doesn't he?
Oh. Okay, so Badger Spanner suggested this be the end of my or this be the title of my next episode is End Times with Scar.
End Times with Scar.
Because I go to his animal rescue shop or whatever. I was gonna try and record with him, but we couldn't get our schedules to line up. But I do love the idea of naming the episode End Times with Scar.
I mean, that's fair. I'm just trying to think about it. Yeah, no, you could do that. That's a thing you could do.
Okay, this is not wide enough.
I've made a mess. Ah, there's an end.
This needs to be more curved. This is just I'm trying to get back in the habit of drawing anything at all, because I spent years like barely drawing anything.
Same.
Okay.
tangled thread is the worst. It is. It is. Oh. Gonna have to use spit. There we go.
Use loose squiggly lines to draw the ears and jagged lines for the base of the triangle. Okay.
Right, so I've got half a gingerbread man here that I don't know what to do with. So when I finish the garland, we'll come back to him and we'll see what we can do with him. Scar's video title. The end times with Scar. Yeah, that's basically what Joe suggested.
Yeah, end times with Scar is... people are saying that Badger actually suggested end of times with Scar. And I'm like, well, look, I'm going to say where the joke got to. Not... I don't need to go through an 8-step process of explaining, like, somebody suggested something that was almost perfect and then I perfected it. I'm just going to perfect it and then
say they said it, because, you know...
Yeah. It's a shorter anecdote, and we can all move on with our day. I don't.
We live on the internet, Joe. People don't move on with their day here. That's kind of the thing.
My day is just this now. That's actually fine. Okay. Add detail lines to the ears and body, and sketch its tail. Then draw 2 ovoids for cheeks. Okay. So, the tail here is like a thunderbolt.
It's like a what?
A thunderbolt.
Oh, thunderbolt. Okay. I
was gonna say, y'all have lightning storms, don't you?
Not particularly.
No. Okay.
We sometimes get rainstorms with lightning.
Okay.
Canarusha has resubscribed. Says, good afternoon, Cleo. If you don't mind, what's your favourite geology fact? I don't know if I have a favourite geology fact. It's a bit, it's one of those things where it's just sort of like, it's just a thing. I don't know. I don't have one. I will tell occasionally I will tell geology facts, but I don't know if they're my favourite. They're just facts that are geological. Silver Chippy is resubscribed for 8 months. Twitch baby, not Twitch baby. 1 more month till you're Twitch baby, Chippy. Next time. Promise you next time. Licking things is way more prevalent than it should. Yeah, that is a thing that is true with geology. You do lick things an awful lot. I say an awful lot. It's you chew things more than you lick things to figure out things that are rock. And by chew things, I mean you put them against your teeth and rub. Depending on the graininess of certain rocks, you can tell whether if it's a siltstone, mudstone, etc. You know? But with the licking things, that's to test if it's salt.
Oh.
So, I mean, strangely enough, if it's salt, it tastes salty.
You don't say.
I know. You'd be surprised at how many people ask why you taste things that are salty. And we go to check if it's a salt rock. Oh, what's it taste like? I mean, it's
kind of sweet, like a blueberry.
Do you want to taste?
Okay. Then I've got the 2 little eye holes for the ghost Pokemon down here.
Too bad some salts are really bad for you. Well, it's only if you suspect it's like a halite, which is sodium chloride. At least, no, hang on, it's not sodium chloride. It's been a long time. It's been like nearly 20 years since I did my degree.
It's been a long road getting from there to here.
I mean, it's been a weird road. I don't think I could have ever imagined when I finished my degree that this is what I would end up doing. If you told me when I finished my degree that one day I will be doing crafts over the internet and getting paid for it, I'd go, that sounds like fun.
Indeed.
Bone Bites has gifted a sub to Graved. Well done. Thank you very, very much.
And thank you to Kyle Valier for tipping 50, who says happy holidays to Ms. Cleo, happy holidays to Mr. Joe, happy holidays to chat, love you all. Well, I appreciate you, Kyle Valier. Let's see, the first 18, that gets us face camera expansion. 38, that gets us another, let's see, 48, boom, 50. So we are 8 away from the next expansion after these two. Here we go. It's time to grow hills. And then also expand Joe. Alrighty.
I can identify most rocks.
A little bit better now.
I can look at it and say, that's a rock. Yep, me too.
So we're actually just... I was going to try and spend a little bit more time on each, but I'm thinking I'll treat this one just like a warm-up, and then do more detail on kind of the next ones.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh wait, Meowth was in here, and I didn't see him.
Meowth?
Oh, that's right. So we're going to replace number 6 on our list with Meowth from page 18. And let's go ahead and do another Plinko, since we just had an expansion and the Plinko board's actually visible. So, Cleo, do you have strong feelings about where I should put the...
I'm going to go with 3 French hens this time.
3 French hens? You're only allowed to call them that if they're from the hen region of France. Hey, there we go. That was Pokemon number 1, Meryl.
Otherwise, they're just sparkling chickens.
Yeah. And oh boy, do they shine, especially this time of year. Okay,
Ruby, so. Meowth is a Pokemon that I actually know. Is the issue. That's why I was excited about Meowth.
Yeah. Okay.
So what did we get?
We got Meryl.
Oh.
Which you might have heard of. So I wrote down what page he's on, and then I didn't look at it. 34. Oh, Togepi's in here.
Togepi!
I should have done some of the recognizable ones.
That would have been helpful for, me.
Everyone.
And, no, me, because I'm the one talking to you. They can go and look this stuff up. I'm here.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's fair.
Never understood the hype for pet rocks. I have an egg-shaped rock and it hasn't hatched. So when I was looking for craft kits for this, because this is what I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing, apparently. I went into a shop and they said, and I looked at it and I just went, rock painting for beginners as a kit. They give you a rock, they give you some paints, and they give you a book. And then I went, that's a little bit weird. And then I turned around and on the shelf behind me, there was painting dragon rocks for beginners. Painting... I kid you not. Painting happy rocks for beginners. I need to go back and I need to get some of these because it will keep me entertained.
Yeah, painting dragon rocks for beginners is a painting book for winners, clearly.
It was just like... What? Oh. So, but it was just sort of like, who buys this? I know it was in a relatively cheap shop because, surprisingly enough, cheaper places doing craft kits just to keep people entertained is value for money for a little bit. So.
Okay. So it told me that this circle should be a bit pinched at the top. I don't know that I'm going to do a great job of that, but we'll see.
I'm not sure what pinched at the top generally means.
Yeah,
like a semi-egg shape.
Yeah, like teardroppy. I don't know.
That's too flat. You need to bulbous out a little bit.
I think that's bizarrely. I think that's actually like they want it kind of more egg shaped here.
Yeah, but I don't think that looks like an egg.
Well, or I don't know, man. It's
I'm not judging, Joe. You do you.
Yeah, fine. Fine. I'm just gonna keep adding lines until I'm unhappy.
At this point, if I finish this, I'm gonna draw things with you.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm gonna finish this.
And then we gotta add 2 ears. I kind of like air trace the shapes a little bit, and I feel like that helps. And this one's almost a circle.
No, it wasn't Poundland. It was the Range. The Range is pretty good for craft stuff if you go to the Range, guys.
Yeah, that's where the deer and the antelope play.
Correct.
Okay. So he's got a little tiny nose, 2 circular eyes, a little happy mouth.
There are people that sell painted rocks at craft shows. I always worry that my stuff feels a bit on the you're a hack side, but seeing those always makes me feel a bit more legitimate. They might be very good artists.
Yeah.
They probably are if they're going to craft sales and they're selling painted rocks. Oh, a Monday craft stream. Yes, we're here on a Monday because my cats need veterinary care on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Because
well, you can tell that somebody, like, the thing is, if they're going to craft shows year after year, they're at least resolute. Because, like, either they're actually
this is my art.
Yeah, either they're actually selling them, or they're willing to pay for a table every year, even if they're losing money on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they probably have some level of talent and some level of commitment to their art at that point.
They might just be an excellent salesman, as Chippy has suggested.
Make the bottom rounder and bigger. Gravity affects Meryl's chonk, according to Menacing Witch. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, you need a bit more circle in your egg.
I should have used the hockey puck. Oh, it's over there.
Don't go to craft shows because your talent is digital logos and video editing. That's reasonable.
You should sell logos on rocks. Be like, here's a digital editing I did, screen printed on a rock.
Sometimes canvas is expensive and you got rocks in your garden. You say the canvas is expensive, but like, it's like for a big canvas over here, it's like a tenner. I mean, and I realise it's cheap stuff. It's not professional quality, but if you just, just a £10 canvas.
Mm-hmm.
If you were looking for a logo of some kind, what would you want? I don't make decisions, particularly things that, like, when people ask me that, because then it just suddenly happens and then I think, oh, if I say what I want, then people draw it and then they go, you can use this, and then I go, no, I can't, because I can't pay, and that would be wrong.
And I won't.
Because if I want a logo or something like that, it's something that I would commission. After I've spent some time looking at particular artists and their portfolios.
Well, no, Cleo, what you need an answer like, I want the Kellogg's logo bathed in the blood of the union workers whose lives it's destroying. It's not for me. My
favorite moment in that whole thing, it was that Kellogg's have taken their logo off Pop-Tarts now.
Yeah, because they don't want people to know that they make Pop-Tarts. It's like, good try.
Well done.
I'm just buying your stuff forever.
But also, it's now becoming dangerous because have you seen all the pictures of all the stuff that's being found in Kellogg's products now?
Oh, because there's no quality control.
There's no quality control, and it's scabs working on the line.
Yep, fantastic.
That's fair, Ruby. One, I don't have any kind of idea, and two, that's why. So, if you want to draw a logo, feel free to draw a logo for you, but I appreciate the offer.
Okay. I need to move this book up higher here, I think. And I'll move these holiday tokens further that way.
Evil deck. So my suggestion is don't buy from Kellogg's, particularly while the strike's going on, because they've got no quality control and people are finding plastic and hair and burnt products all over the shop, and they're posting it to Twitter going, oh, why is it like this? And then they go, oh, we don't know. We should check that out.
Just don't buy from anybody when there's a strike or just don't buy from anybody who's got a strike going on.
Support union workers, because
Yeah, this whole pandemic, folks who have had to go into work have been undersupported in a lot of places and underpaid, and you know what? They're tired of it, and things aren't going to get better.
Yeah.
Unless
they're forced to.
Yeah, and here's the thing, is like these, their employers are going to use this inflation as an excuse to raise prices no matter what. And it's only fair that the workers get a cut of that. It's not like the union people are going to make your Pop-Tarts more expensive. Corporates already decided, hey, the price of gas is going up, so that means we can raise the price of Pop-Tarts and just say, oh, it's inflation. They're going to charge more for whatever they make.
But if they can blame it on the legitimately striking workers.
Yeah, and they're just going to blame it on the workers, but really, they were going to raise the prices and blame it on inflation anyway, and the workers weren't going to see a cent. So, the workers should get a fair cut of that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what unions do, and I like demonizing unions over there is like a whole thing. We don't really have it so much over here. We have some people that are like that, but most people are just like, no, unions all right.
Okay.
Never buy from companies that are cooperating with your unions. I mean, West Virginia. If you live in West Virginia, you should definitely look at your own history. And even I know that because I've played Fallout 76. I am aware that there is a rich union history in West Virginia.
Okay. So this is not very circular here, but core concept.
That's all right.
It's passable almost. Let me
it needs chunkier. It's been on a diet.
And I can kind of fix some of this not in post.
I'm
gonna fix this in post. I'm gonna go into Final Cut and just kind of broaden them a little bit. I think his eyes are too big.
Grew up in an agricultural area, so only learned about unions after you went to college. Yeah. I mean, my parents were both in unions when I was growing up, so, it was just kind of normal. My RFL job is to fix it in post, and I hate that phrase. What it means is I'm feeling lazy now. Let's make it someone else's problem.
Yeah, let's make it someone else's problem later. The problem is it's just me here. Yeah. I mean, Cleo's here too, but she is unable to do any work on this drawing. So if it's not good, I'm the one fixing it in post.
Never had a job. Jobs are overrated. I've always been in a union job. When I had my career, like the teaching stuff, I was always in a union. I think I technically still am in the union, but yeah, I don't think I've officially. Well, it seemed silly to officially resign when I wasn't sure how this was going to go. So
I mean, for all we know, we might be back at our day jobs on January 15th.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
In a union, I've walked a picket line. I have struck personally for better pay and conditions for teachers. Did it work? No.
So I'm going over this now with the black color pencil to kind of quote unquote ink this, and I'm of course screwing up my inking because I haven't done any inking.
Thank you for the biddies, Paleo. Keep going. I'm trying to keep going. It's all dependent on YouTube and you guys and streaming and Patreon. We're going to keep trying. We're not going to stop because that would be silly, but I feel much less stressed actually even though, monetarily I'm a little bit less secure, I feel much less stress and anxiety being my own boss. So...
Well, I know for me, like, I have a digestive problem, and I know you know this, Cleo, but not everybody does. I have a digestive problem, and, like, I was just throwing up 4 or 5 days a week, at least once a day. And once my commute went away, and once I was able to quit my day job, I only get sick like that, like, once a month, maybe twice. Like, and I just thought I was gonna have to live... Like, even though the doctor said, like, your symptoms will get better if you have less stress, I was like, I'm sure they can't get that much better. Like, I can live almost like a normal person now. It's ludicrous.
It's ludicrous. I mean, when I was a teacher, I still am, technically speaking, I suppose. Like, it wasn't often, but there were weeks when I was working like 90-hour weeks and getting 3 hours of sleep. And being expected to teach 5 hours of classes the next day. And I'm like, that was no good for anybody. And, like, when I started teaching, I had an awful workplace. I had, like, bullying boss situation, which is why I left high school. And it gave me anxiety. I was mentally healthy before teaching. But it gave me anxiety, it gave me panic attacks, it gave me all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not worth my mental health to go back.
Yeah.
No,
I absolutely know. And that's one of the big things that really makes me think, like, even though in theory I could be more stable financially and have an easier time buying a house if I went back and took a salary position for a little while. Like, just being like, do I really want to lose my health again like that? Like, the long-term impact of being that sick all the time is not negligible. I've probably shaved years off my life with those jobs. And I see no reason to jump back into that,
Nope. I mean, even if monetarily, I think the anxiety from money is negligible in comparison.
Well, and that was the thing, is I always assumed that it would be comparable, but it's really not.
It's really not. Having a job is,
Having to deal with the commute and having to deal with just all the deadlines and stuff all the time, and just, like, I constantly felt like I was disappointing people because they refused to hire enough people to do the job right. And so I was constantly just trying to make do with what I had. I was under-resourced in most of the places I ever worked.
Welcome to teaching!
I know, and I'm a resourceful person, so I would just work hard to route around the damage.
Yeah, I mean, teaching,
but,
if you... Yeah, go on.
No, but taking structural problems on the part of my employers and internalizing them as, this is a problem I have to solve, wasn't healthy.
No. And I, like, being a teacher, it's a case of, if you care about the children, and I don't think anybody's ever really gone into teaching not caring about children. I'm sure some people have said it, they do.
I was going to say, statistically, I'm sure there's somebody who's like, my mom was a teacher, and so I'm doing it to make her happy, and I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's one of those jobs, if you didn't care about the children, you would just stop, because it's...
Could I simply not?
You would just say, nope, I'm going to... All those teachers going into teaching for the money. Yeah, but the thing about teaching is that people judge teachers really, really harshly as well, and they're because everybody's had experience of the school system, they think that they know what's going on in it.
Yeah, it's a big shedding problem.
Yeah, they're not shy about sharing what you're a failure as a teacher when little Johnny has stabbed little Billy. And it's just sort of, well, why weren't you watching them? Because there are 34 children in this classroom, and I don't have eyes in the back of my head. And there's
I
only
want
me.
credit for the 32 stabbings I prevented, not the one that slipped through.
Have you ever considered that teaching, Johnny? It's not okay to stab people. People like having power over little people. And I've seen some of that. I have seen some of that. But honestly, it's not as many as people think it is. Because I've done a lot of co-teaching and stuff. And there are people where I've actually gone to the head teacher and said, listen, this is what's happened. I'm not okay with this. I don't want to be with them again, but I'm afraid if I'm not, then it's gonna happen again. You need to do something. There have been times where I've done that. And that's stressful in itself, because, you know, policing your co-workers is not something I signed up for. The candy dust. To be fair, I felt the candy dust. The child that snorted sherbet was. I told him to stop. He chose not to, and it was a learning experience. When you got your maths degree, people kept asking if you were going to be a teacher. No. I mean, I like teaching. I like the teaching aspect of teaching, but it's everything else. It's so hard dealing with the parents and the administration, and I don't think if you snort candy dust once and it makes your eyes sting and it makes you sneeze and cough and vomit, I don't think you do it again. And if you do, then at a certain point, it's something to do with your mental faculties, and there was nothing I could have done anyway.
NJ says, you know, I'd quit my job today if I could to spare my mental health. And I really, it's one of the most frustrating things seeing people around me stuck in these situations. Because, like, I've been in that situation, and I know how much it sucks. And like, I don't like, I part of what was stressing me out about my old job though was I was always putting things on myself that weren't my fault. These systemic failures that lead to people being in these positions are not my fault any more than being under-resourced at my previous jobs is my fault, you know. And I need to not put that on myself, but also at the same time, like, if I see an opportunity to encourage people to try and change their situation, you know, I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, life is, you know, too short. It's too short to just grind away at that job. And there are so many teachers leaving the profession now. And it's just sort of like, he's heard the stories of what a mess things are here. Yeah, no, I can believe that. I can believe that.
Yeah, because it's one of those things like, I don't know. And I'm going to say something that this might be really bummer town. So y'all have been warned. If you don't want to be bummed out about stuff, maybe turn off the show now.
I'll read your comment out after Joe's finished stuff, because I think that's something too.
But yeah, so you got to really ask yourself, especially if you're in a double income situation, if I quit this job, what will I lose? What do I have to give up if I quit this job, right? Like, do we have to move to a smaller place? Do we have to change the kids' schools? You know what? And for me, the answer was always, it would imperil my then wife's PhD. And the only time she ever used the word divorce, ever, the entire time we were married until I got the papers by surprise, was at one point I was like, you know, I think I can afford to quit my job and switch to YouTube full time. And she just looks at me and goes, if you quit your job, I will divorce you.
Wow.
She was just like, I can't deal with that level of uncertainty while I'm doing my PhD. And you know what? So I stayed with that job because I thought, if I don't, you know what? If I don't sacrifice my health and my happiness, I'm going to lose this marriage. And that's not worth it to me. you know what? I lost the marriage anyway. So, look at that list and say, what would I lose? And can I afford to lose this? And also, what happens if I lose it anyway? Am I better positioned to pivot if I lose those things anyway, if I stay with this job, or if I do something else? And I'm not saying you have to go out and be a streamer and be self-employed exactly like me, but there might be something where you're like, oh, I could take a pay cut and do this other job that I'd rather do. Or, figure out how resilient your situation actually is if the thing you're worried about happens anyway. And compare that to how resilient your situation would be if you just said, I know we're going to have to move. I know we're going to have to, put off buying another car. But if you go into that saying, I've got a plan to quit my job in 3 months, now you're in control of the situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not telling everybody, oh, just do whatever you want all the time. It'll be fine. Because it won't.
No.
But doing what other people tell you to do all the time won't necessarily be fine either. They are often liars and you should not trust them. So really,
Joe.
do your own, come to your own conclusions, do your own planning and try to make stuff work, because you can't trust that other people will do it for you.
No.
That's just I'm trying to give this advice in a positive way, because I think I'm legitimately trying to help people avoid some of the problems I've faced. But like, if you just keep waiting for things to get better, because how could they possibly stay this bad? If something can't possibly stay this bad, there's a good chance it can get worse.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sapphire says, it's same in the veterinary business. People think you're making a lot of money, but you're there because you love to help animals. For me, I worked with an emotionally abusive boss, stayed way too long because what I was doing and was caring for the clients and their pets. And that's the thing, because every job has bits about it that you will like. No job is 100% awful. I mean, and then you look back on it and you think, I was so unhappy, and yeah. I love in this straight up real world stream today. I mean,
it's
that's
a straight
what
up
we're
real
here.
world stream with us every day.
That's
what we do.
Yeah, I mean, particularly in craft streams when it's not we're physically doing stuff.
Yeah.
But in craft streams, definitely, it's kind of like, this is where this is how me and Joe talk when we're like not recording. So, it's a little bit more personal stuff usually, but that thing he's just said about, marriage and what happens if you lose it. I've heard that before. But this is what we do. Welcome to our individual internal worlds.
Alrighty, so we have a little chunky Meryl here. And what I forgot to do was to make... Honestly, his head isn't really good for a Santa hat. So what I'm kind of thinking of doing...
Reindeer antlers.
Oh, that's a... I don't know about that. I was going to give him a little candy cane.
You can do that too. I think reindeer antlers are better, but,
Okay,
it's your drawing.
I think that I've already kind of colored the parts that the reindeer antlers would have to go on is the problem.
Are you the only one here who likes this job? Well, here's the thing. If you'd asked me at the time, I would have said I liked my job. It's only when you get out of it that you think, actually, I should have left before then.
Yeah, like if I knew my health would improve as much as it did, I would have left years earlier. But I never had the chance because I never even got real vacations because there was nobody to back me up. I was always the guy who was responsible for all the servers and stuff. And so they're like, if I took a 4-day weekend, they would start getting nervous.
Yeah.
So I would take like a day off here, 2 days off there, but I could never like just take 2 weeks in a row. So I never could see, oh, my health is way better if I take a few weeks.
Like, I knew that my anxiety condition would be better if I didn't work because, I got like 6 weeks of, let's call it holiday, a year. But it's like, you don't know until you're out, because even in those 6 weeks, I was always thinking, okay, when I go back, I've got to.
Well, and that's the other thing is, like, if you're the only person responsible for stuff too in your job, like
Mhm.
I was, I had to check my emails. I had to make sure nothing, like no servers broke while I was away. Like I was constantly stressed that something was going to go wrong while I was gone.
Yep.
You know? So you never really get to unplug or enjoy. Okay.
And like everybody's going, yeah, this is what's happening at my job, and I'm just like, yeah, Merry Christmas, guys.
Okay. So let's go ahead. We just did a very blue Pokemon. Let's go ahead and replace Meryl on this list with Charmander and head back to the Plinko board.
Okay, Ruby, we all have days like that. What's going on the Plinko board?
Well, slot 1 is Charmander, 2 is Lotad, 3 is Trogdor, 4 is Rowlet, 5 is Poplio, and 6 is Meowth. That's right. Cleo, which slot should we do on the Plinko board?
We're going for 6 swans are swimming.
Okay, 6 swans are swimming. And it ended up in slot 4. Boom. Which was Rowlet, which is a cute little owl Pokemon. Whoops. And I just wrapped my cable around the mic stand. Ooh.
Charmander, the boring Pokemon. I never really understood Charmander as the one that everybody wanted, because I was a Bulbasaur girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But it's sort of like...
Just a Bulbasaur girl, living in a British world. Took a 30 minute train to London. Okay.
Our Only Hope pun subscribed for 6 months. Dear God, thank you. Thank you, Our Only Hope. I do appreciate that. Charizard is popular, it is white. Yeah, I know, but you could have had Bulbasaur. Is what I'm saying.
Have you tried playing with Bulbasaur? Okay, so Rowlet actually is a big circle. So we're going to start with the hockey puck. I really should get an actual compass so that my circles don't all have to be exactly the diameter of a hockey puck. But whatever. Then crisscross guidelines to divide the circle into 4 parts, with the top 2 sections slightly smaller than the bottom sections. Okay, I can do that.
If we took Bulbasaur, you wouldn't have it. Well, that's not how that works, because I'm pretty sure I played Pokemon Blue on my own controller, and it was my game.
Mm-hmm.
It also being the only one that I've actually played, apart from like that heady time when we all played Pokemon Go for 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I really enjoyed that. Why did we stop?
COVID.
Yeah. Bulba was cute and the best starter, as 1 and 2 being Rock and Water Gym. I just liked Bulbasaur. He was cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I gotta do
And
an
he goes,
oval.
Bulbasaur. And when something does that, something sinking cute, you know. Pokemon Go brought the world together for 3 or 4 shining weeks.
Yeah, I remember going to the park with my friend, and he was just like, I've never seen so many people here. Like, this must be like what the moon landing felt
Yeah,
like.
I sat on the town.
Everyone's here.
Yeah, I sat on the town hall steps for like an hour, and then these people just walked up and goes, look at all these nerds, and everybody who was just sitting there playing Pokemon alone looked at them and just went, huh, and then looked away, and it was just sort of like, you're not getting us. I'm sorry. It's just, no, we're fine. You're the ones that are weird. Sorry that we're playing a huge sensation that's going on in our lifetimes.
Mm-hmm. like, maybe you could just enjoy things for a minute, you know, just as a treat.
No, no, no. Maybe you could just let other people enjoy things.
Yeah.
Just once. Other people who aren't hurting anyone.
There's no money in it.
Well, there's no money in them not hurting other people either. In hurting other people. It's just being a dick on the town hall steps.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is not going to be a good rowlet. I've already kind of realized that. It says, turn your paper sideways and draw the number 8 around the eyes and beak. And I'm feeling dubious about that plan. But we'll see how that goes. Like, I'm like, that is not how my brain processes visual information. Okay, this is already terrible. I think I would have been better off trying to draw 2 overlapping circles, but you know, I'm trying to follow the instructions in the book to see if it helps me become a better illustrator.
Poker artist.
Yeah, a Pokemon illustrator. I want to
See you later, Megs. Sorry for your existential dread of the day.
Yeah, that's not very good.
Come on, Jeffrey. Let me stitch you up.
Okay.
This one's name is Jeffrey. I don't know why. Smirky one is Jeffrey.
Is he named after the Jeffrey from Slings and Arrows?
No, he's named after the Jeffrey from Rainbow.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like that is a peculiarly British show that the Americans are going to go, what? And all the British people are going to go, nah.
Okay.
Although he looks more like Zippy.
So now I need to draw a little bow tie.
It could be Zippy. Jeffrey with a G. There goes Sam going. People of my age are going, yeah, we know that. We got that. We get you. We get you. Have I seen the video for Star Wars Eclipse yet? No. I'm
not really into Eclipse shows.
I don't particularly like looking at trailers all that much. It's just not for me. I'd rather just go get told the premise of the movie and go watch the movie.
I just want to know if something's good. If something is good, I will go see it. And I would rather go see it not knowing what it is. Mm-hmm. Like, I saw the movie Her, because I heard it was really good. And I thought it was a horror movie for the first, like, 2/3 of it. I was like, oh man, this is about to take a turn. Like, the whole time. Have you seen the movie Her?
No, I haven't.
Well, it's a movie about, I forget the name of the actor, but he's some famous actor, and he falls in love with his digital assistant, because it's the new generation of digital assistants for phones, and they're now sentient, right?
That seems a bit like slavery to me, but okay.
The whole thing is framed from the beginning like a horror movie. Apparently, it's supposed to be a romance movie, but it's shot and framed like it's a horror movie. And like, people were like, oh, you gotta see Her. Oh, it's raises some really interesting questions about sentience and technology and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I'll go check that out. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh man, I thought that guy was gonna be dead right there. Oh geez, that could have gone badly. Man, there's a lot of close calls in this. Like, I'm like, when are they actually gonna kill somebody? But yeah, no, it wasn't.
It just wasn't. It just wasn't
that kind of movie. But I enjoyed it a lot. Also, for Frozen 2, one of my coworkers went and saw it.
Right.
And I was very tired when I was talking to them, and I misunderstood what they said. Okay, so I thought what they said was that Frozen 2 is so much better than I thought it was going to be. because I wouldn't have believed that they could make Olaf such a convincing villain.
What?
And so a lot of Frozen 2 is Olaf struggling with the concept of living forever, basically, and like not just being momentary, right? And like learning what aging is and stuff. And like it's like super creepy as he's like coming to terms with the fact that everything dies and all this other stuff. And I'm just so the whole time I'm watching like the first act, I'm like, oh man, this is actually really compelling. And then like the second act comes in and I'm like, okay, so he's gonna end up getting like pulled in by like whatever spiritual energy they're fighting here. Okay, I see where they're going. Oh, you know, like and then I get to the end of the movie, and then eventually Olaf gets killed or whatever, or melted and whatever. And I'm like, oh well, so is he gonna come back like all out evil? How are they gonna do this? And I'm just waiting the whole movie. And it turns out Olaf wasn't the villain at all. It's not that fun. Like, I asked my coworker, I'm like, hey, did I mishear you, or did you say this to mess with me? And she's just like, oh my god, you misheard me, but that's hilarious. I wish I had told you that. But yeah, it's a movie.
It's definitely a movie.
It's definitely a film that you can watch. But yeah, I'd rather just go into movies blind and not like if I know I'm gonna see it anyway, I don't need to see a trailer because I'll just spend the whole movie going, oh, how are they gonna get to this scene? How are they gonna get to that? Yeah,
you seem to have a bit of a way with like overactive imagination when it comes to movies.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't need to.
So much else I must watch Frozen 2 with a completely different perspective. I can't say that I'm not jealous, to be honest. Because, you know, I don't watch some horror movies like that. I don't know, trailers are just weird for me, and like Cam makes me watch a lot of trailers, and it's just sort of like,
you know, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
I don't. When I say makes me, he's just like, oh, look at this, and I'm like,
you know, that's just a little bit of a red flag right there. Clear, like maybe I don't know, like
it's more excitement than forces me. But it's just, I'm not, like, I look at trailers and I think the movie's going to be nowhere near as cool as that trailer, and if I didn't like the trailer, then I'm probably not going to like the movie. Your ADHD is showing. Yeah, it is, honey. That's what happens. It's just sort of like, look at this, now look at this, now look at this. I'm going to show you a thing, you're going to like it, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, trailers just aren't doing it for me, I'm afraid. Lady Terminator. I do not.
Why not the Terminator? It was right there.
I guess. No. Nick Cage playing Nick Cage was still amusing conceptually. Yeah, and I think they showed us everything about that everything in that trailer that would have made any sense in the movie and made it good. And I wasn't too enamoured of the trailer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, apparently there's a movie that's Nick Cage playing Nick Cage.
You know, I'll probably watch that, but I'm not going to watch the trailer.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. The trailer was alright, but if the trailer is just okay, the movie's probably going to be shocking.
Have you seen the Nicolas Cage what's the name of that? He goes to a animatronic robot party.
Oh, the Five Nights at Freddy parody. Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That was awful, but in a good way.
I enjoyed it. immensely. And I think if I'm deciding whether or not a movie is good or not, did I enjoy it immensely is a reasonable metric by which to judge that, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I enjoyed that movie immensely.
It was a movie. It was definitely a movie.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm just saying it's a movie that I particularly enjoyed.
The Chameleon, though. That was disturbing.
Yeah.
Didn't like the Chameleon.
Oh.
Good.
Okay, so I think I need to go around here like this.
Yeah, Willy's Wonderland. It's
Willy's
basically
Wonderland, that's it, yeah.
it's basically Five Nights at Freddy's if Five Nights at Freddy's were a self-aware movie. And I'm not entirely convinced that any Five Nights at Freddy's movie is going to be self-aware. Because there's too many lore nerds.
Okay.
You'd enjoyed No Way Home more if I hadn't watched a single trailer. Yeah, I think I probably would have done as well.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that, but I have to because it's only in theaters, and so I'll see it when I see it.
Yeah, it's just how it goes.
The problem is, it's like I can go to the drive-in, but if I go to the drive-in, it's like 90 minutes away, and I have to stay somewhere overnight, and I miss a night of streaming, and I already missed like a week of streaming from being sick this month.
True.
And so I'm not gonna go see it. Is basically where I'm at. I'll wait for it to come out on. I mean, I waited to see what's that Avengers movie where Thanos was the first Thanos movie. I waited to see that until it came out on iTunes. I can wait to see.
You mean the first movie that Thanos was in, or
no, the one where he's chasing the rocks, the power rocks.
I mean,
gems.
arguably that's been his goal for like.
Yeah, but like there's one where he gets all 5, I think.
Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War. Yeah, I waited to see that until it came out on digital release, so I can wait to see the new.
Oh, I
Spider-Man.
did, but I think at that point everyone was kind of oversaturated with the MCU, so it was just sort of like I want to see it, but I can wait.
Yeah, I mean, unlike now when we're oversaturated with the MCU because of like everything else they've made since. I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, nobody's cared that much about the MCU for a while, so it's sort of like, oh, but Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man. I'm not complaining about Spider-Man. I'm complaining that they're making it theater only.
Fair.
Because, like, I work at night, so I can't go to the drive-in. And during the day,
See you, Ruby.
like... I mean, I guess in theory I might have time when my daughter is at her mom's to go see it.
Yeah,
But,
that
like,
seems
I
like
don't have
a...
to deal with... Yeah.
Seems
Because it's just not worth paying to get a babysitter, and, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a crowded movie theater for 2 hours at this point.
Oh, yeah. Like, I went to the cinema the other day to watch Spider-Man, and there were, like, 9 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just sort of like, I waited. I was just like, I'm only going to watch it whilst the kids are in school.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. That is what I did.
Nice.
And there was only 9 people in the entire cinema. Middle of the day.
Okay, so I'm making this Rowlet a Christmas ball, a bauble. Like a little bauble thing at the top there.
Having another outbreak of COVID in your town. I mean, everyone's having another outbreak of COVID because of Omicron.
Yeah. But also, like, on some level, I'm just annoyed that they're putting it out only in theaters, and I don't want to give them my money, because I feel like that's rewarding bad behavior.
That's fair.
I'm just...
I mean, I haven't been to the cinema for, I want to say 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a case of I now live alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see everyone at work, so being out in public is just a way for human interaction, you know, that's not through a screen. And I do kind of miss that. Ugh. I don't know how I'm going to make it to this evening. I am so tired.
Have you heard of naps?
Yeah. But unfortunately, I can't do those because those end up as sleeps.
Gotcha.
Because... And also, I have not been... I've not been sleeping well these last few days, mostly because I was, like... I woke up vomiting 2 nights ago.
Oh, that sucks.
So it's just sort of like, oh, now I'm awake when I shouldn't be awake.
Sorry.
That's all right. You didn't do it. I think.
Yeah, checks the poison cupboard. Hey, welcome to Rander. Glad you could join us.
I envy people who can do naps. Either I sleep 8 hours or I die. I sleep 8 hours, depending on when I fell asleep. Unfortunately, I'm in the position where I can sometimes be awake for hours before I fall asleep. So sometimes you spend like 12 hours in bed trying to get your 8 hours.
That's no good.
No. But it's definitely better than when I was getting 3 hours sleep a night. Do not recommend.
I should probably try, like, quote-unquote, inking these in the colored pencils, rather than only using the black colored pencil, but it makes erasing so much easier. For getting all those little extra lines out.
Fair. I've lost control. I've lost thread of my chat.
Oh no.
No.
We must be near the island.
How you doing, Joe?
Okay.
You sound tired.
I am a little bit.
That's a step up, because you're always tired.
I know, right? No, I'm just thinking about, like, I'm not going to be able to stream on Friday or Saturday, because I have Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And it's just, it feels like, even though this is a 31-day month,
Yeah.
it's like, I lost all these days at the beginning of the month being sick, and I've got all these obligations at the end of the month for the holidays. So, I had a family thing last Thursday and Friday too, and so it's like just the whole month is just disappearing.
It does. It feels like it finishes on the 25th rather than on the 31st. Mickey Garney has resubscribed. That's a 6-month resub size. Monthly still alive update status still alive for now. And Paleo is Chid Biddies. Thank you very much.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's the rough inking of this. I'm gonna move him down there. That's... I think by recontextualizing him as a Christmas bauble as well, it kind of, like... Because those weird sculptures and stuff are always slightly off proportionally, it actually makes it feel more forgivable that it's not perfect.
Oh. Second hype train, everybody. Choo choo. Put on your creepy polar expressions and
Polar expressions.
polar expressions.
I mean, clearly that's
clearly what I was going for, Joe. Clearly.
Yeah.
But thank you for reminding me of the polar expressions.
Yeah.
Because those don't haunt my dreams at all.
Okay.
I have a really strong uncanny valley reflex. So I didn't know what Polar Express was until one of the other teachers lent me a DVD and went, "Here, let your kids watch this for Christmas." And I said, "All right, then that's probably okay."
Yeah.
And then I was confronted by the Polar Expressions.
Oh no.
And it was just sort of like, "Oh no, I hate this. I hate this. You guys watch this. I'm going to stand in a cupboard most of the day."
I'm gonna tidy up for the end of the year.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it worked. I was like, "Whoa, not enjoying this one."
Oh no.
And the year after, that same teacher said, "Oh, we could do an entire module on the Polar Express." And I'm like, "How about we don't? How about no?"
How about never again? How about I learned my lesson last time? I will never trust you.
I'm not hiding in the cupboard, just tidying it for next year. Yeah, that's what I did.
Gotta take inventory.
Why isn't that child that always acting up right now so I can deal with him not in the classroom? I can just step outside the door for a bit. Ugh.
Major Slinky says, I haven't seen Polar Express. What's the issue with it? It was a very early 3D animated film, by which I mean they didn't know yet how to not make people terrifying. It's like, it's supposed to be a heartwarming children's movie, but it looks like the mannequins are attacking.
Yes. The
animation.
animation.
The first episode of Doctor Who in the
animation was ahead of its time, and it was a fantastic movie. Yes, unfortunately, it is one of those movies that sets off the uncanny valley reflex and freaks people out. It can be a fabulous movie, but it is terrifying for those people who have that reaction. I am indeed one of those people, which is why I'm not. That's why VTubing freaks me out. I don't like it particularly at all. Okay, so how is this gonna go? Do I need that next heart? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I think I can just thread these guys together. Okay. Ahead, but not far enough ahead. Arena gave out 2 community gift subbies. Thank you very much indeed. It's appreciated. So Polar Express is more of a Halloween movie. No, I wouldn't say that it's a Halloween movie. What I would say is that it's not pleasant to watch, and by not like pleasant, it makes me uncomfortable.
Like a good Halloween movie, when you look at it, should be visually interesting and pleasing to watch. If when you look at the screen, the entire film, your response is, I don't want to look at the screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a movie at that point, because films are a visual media. like you have to have the movie be attractive. Even if individual moments are gory or terrifying or whatever, the film itself should not be repellent and considered like a film for the general audience. It's at that point it's an art film that, like, because you can make weird stuff that's intentionally terrible for people to watch, but like that's not the same thing.
It really isn't. Okay, now I've got to thread this twine. I've got a wool needle, in case you're wondering what I'm using, guys. I've got to thread this twine through this gingerbread man, and it does not want to go.
No.
They may not have thought this one through. Thank you for the biddies pushed. I don't know if I actually said that. Okay. Come on. There we go. Got it. Through. Okay. We now have.
I will say.
Sorry.
Go on.
We now have a gingerbread on a string.
Yay. I was gonna say, I think that the Plinko board actually does help. Because I would never chosen this Pokemon if I was just like, I've got time to draw 3 or 4 Pokemon today, or however many, you know? Like, this would not have been one of my... This wouldn't have made the cut.
No.
Like, it was good enough to go up on the Plinko board. But, I mean, I do think it came out looking kind of cute.
That, I think, is your best likeness yet.
Thank you.
Okay. Right. Heart on a string. So it goes gingerbread man, heart. Right, it's time to get flathead on the string.
Somebody says you need to adjust your webcam a bit, you're barely in frame. No, but the Plinko board is. And the Plinko board is how we select what we're going to draw next. Whoops, I just hit the camera.
We all
trying to adjust
Joe.
one
It's
camera.
fine.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's put... So far we've got Rowlet as a Christmas ornament. We've got Meryl with a candy cane. And we've got Mimikyu as a just start-off sketch. So I'm going to go ahead and replace Rowlet on here with Bulbasaur, because Cleo loves Bulbasaur.
I do.
Okay. And that is... So we've got in slot 1 on the Plinko board, Charmander, slot 2, Lotad, slot 3, Trogdor, slot 4, Bulbasaur, slot 5, Poplio, slot 6, Meowth. Okay. So let's go. Cleo, which Plinko slot should I put the chip in?
I would like a partridge in a pear tree, Joe.
So slot 1.
Mm-hmm.
I was hugging that left side. Boom, straight down to Charmander.
Flathead is on the string, guys. Flathead is on the string.
Ooh. Okay. Let's find that Charmander. He was back toward the beginning of the book. I think these are in rough order. For those of you who are curious, this is Pokemon How to Draw Deluxe Edition, which is one of my daughter's books that she recommended to me to use during the stream. So, here we go. Charmander's a lot more dynamic than Rowlet. Well, he is.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He's in a, like, rah.
He's a rah.
Whereas Rowlet's just, like, literally, like, like,
Rowlet's just sort of like, this is how they had me in the game. Love me for what I am.
Rowlet's just like, who? Who? Me? Okay. So.
Okay,
do this
smirky
Charmander.
guy. Jeffrey is going on the chain next.
Get out your reds, oranges, and yellows.
Pokemon Budget Edition is also available. It's a rock and a burnt stick.
Hey, we just got a tip rolling in via PayPal here. Let's see who that's from. Crystal, thank you very much for the 20, who says, I made fan art of you as a potato and it came out amazing. Thank you, Crystal. Feel free to post that on Twitter or tag me on Twitter. That's the best way for me to see that. Now, y'all have seen that money go straight to my head with each face camera expansion up to this point. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I've forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Joes.
Sorry.
Boom, 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 boom. So there we go. We are now at 90% geopacity. Each additional face camera expansion at this point will be accompanied by a corresponding drop in geopacity. And we are currently, once again, $8 away from that next expansion. So thanks, Crystal. That doesn't really combine well. Because, you know, in there's that thing where they thank the ants and then they say thants. But thanks, Crystal, it would just be thistle. And I don't know if that sells. But,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called everyone is a potato. Not everyone's a potato. I'm not a potato.
Look around you. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. So So I need to make a swoosh kind of down like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need to make a swoosh across like this. Whoops, that's not a good swoosh.
Go there. No. There.
Way closer. Oh, it looks like it should be closer to there. Nope, that doesn't have the right directionality. Nope.
'Tis the season for a hype cup. Did you just put a hype cup on?
What's a hype cup?
Oh, you know, when you're a partner, you get bits and stuff.
Uh-huh.
A hype cup is when the bits drop down onto your screen.
Oh, interesting.
So people can, like, you know, literally affect your stream, kind of.
Gotcha.
So people can go, yay, I tipped.
Oh, see, my screen gets affected by having the camera do all the weird stuff.
Yeah. Okay, let's...
Okay, so I need to draw an oval to get the rough shape of Charmander's head here.
Chippy tipped a biddy, thank you very much, and said, yay, I tipped. You did tipped.
How am I so bad at drawing ovals? Probably because I haven't drawn ovals for years. That'll do it. Okay. Have his body come out rounded, kind of.
Put that on my wall project. Okay. Somehow you forgot it was Monday, even though you finished school. It's been Monday for a while. You know what? Monday is overrated.
Just ask Garfield, who I'm sure will be voiced by Chris Pratt soon.
Ugh. Oh, sorry. It's a little too on the nose. So we've got a heart. No, a gingerbread man. I don't know what this one is. This one doesn't have a name. Feel free to name them. This one doesn't have a name. That's a heart. This one is Flathead, because we've named him after his specialness. Bob, Sven, Steve, Gary, Mark.
Take a good look at Charmander's face.
We haven't named him after his birth defect, because he wasn't born; he was created.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is Jeffrey. Okay, this one is going to be named Carol, because you've chosen it. And we got the next heart, and then this one also needs a name. Hey, red as cheered biddies! I actually haven't seen what my screen's like with the biddies. Give me a sec, I'm gonna have a look.
Oh, I did a terrible job with this oval.
Aww, I didn't know there was a purple Santa. Oh, the biddies are going in the Santa sack. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you. Oh, I like the Santa sack. Santa sack is good. And both of the red bits miss. Fluffy, bulgy. Okay, I have made Christmas garland. It's supposed to look like this, and I'm gonna say I succeeded. I did the thing, and it looks like the thing it's supposed to look like. None of the biddies went in the sack. I'm sorry, Red. Thank you for the 200 biddies, though. And Paleo's gonna cheer biddies, and it's gonna go in the sack, and Red's gonna get annoyed. We've gone to the 1 cent bitties. That's fine. Okay. I have my garland finished. What could I do now? I said I was going to draw, but I don't feel like drawing. Push cheered biddies for the sack. For the gram. So these are my leftover things for... Danny Rhodes has cheered biddies. Eventide has cheered biddies. Thanks, guys. Very appreciated. Let's put this over here. Right, so garland can sort of sit here. No. I mean, feel free to put pride flags in the Santa sack, it's fine. I'm sure Santa has got lots of pride flags in the sack. Silver Chippy, bit of chid biddies, and Ellie Kitty chid biddies. Sure, push biddies went straight in, but you nothing. Oh, baby. Oh, hello. I took a cushion off the chair that I'm sitting on and put it on the floor. And Atlas is curled up next to me asleep. Red chid biddies, paleo chid biddies. Now, what do I want to do? Oh, I want to go cut things out. I want to use a knife because.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna move the gingerbread trio off, and I'm going to go and get a knife project very quickly. And Chippy, thank you for the biddies.
I gotta say, this Charmander looks more like a ghost from Casper at this point. Like,
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Joe. I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab something off the couch.
Yeah, I think the legs will help. Hey, we just got a tip rolling in via PayPal as well. Thank you very much, Annika, who says, I usually miss craft streams because of work, but glad to catch this one. Merry streaming! Well, Annika tips 30. Well, that first 8, boom, that's an expansion. Next 20, that's an expansion. And then 2 past that milestone. So here we go. Let's go ahead and process both of those expansions now. Here we go. It's time to expand Joe and also Plinko. Do. We're going to lower the Joe opacity to 80%. And then we're going to grow Hills and also Plinko. Dee.
Thank you, Red, for the biddies and Chippy.
Okay, so thank you very much once again to Annika. Appreciate you.
A knife.
Supporting the show. So that puts us now 18 away from the next expansion, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
Okay.
It's Charmander as a ghost of Christmas.
So I've got some paper craft with a knife.
Ooh, what kind of paper craft?
It's basically cutting things out. But like filigree kind of cutting things out.
Filigree, that sounds fancy.
I mean, that the word is pretty fancy. I'm not fancy, but the word is. So it's basically cut out animals, but with, with a knife. So I've got a filigree shark. Disable the jump scare for this project. Oh, I've got multiple sharks that I could do. No, I don't think the thing is. Arena's gifted subs. Gifted a sub to Sam, and Bone Bites has given out 8 community gift subs. My God, I've got a penguin, which is the Christmassy option so far, I think.
Yes, because the North and South Pole are famously so near each other.
Is there snow there, Joe?
No, it's Nashville. It's 36, but it's not snowing.
I've got a rhino, a lion, a turtle, a dolphin, a bear, which has leaves on it, so is probably a panda bear, and we're never going to do. We have got very finicky parrots, which I will never do. I've got an elephant, a giraffe, koala bear,
koala bear, ooh, koala,
flutterby.
Koala.
I think that's it. So, chat, do we want... can we set up a poll for this, mods? Can we...
Wait, Plinko.
Oh, well, we're
Just write
plinkoing
down-
it. Okay, we're plinkoing it.
Six of
Plinkoing.
them. Pick 6 of them that you want to do, and then we'll plinko it.
Okay, let's go for...
I'll do the writing for you.
Rhino,
Rhino,
turtle,
turtle,
penguin,
penguin,
giraffe,
giraffe.
and elephant.
That's 5.
Oh,
We need a 6th.
flutterby. No, koala. Koala.
Koala. Okay.
Koala. Koala's cute.
Koala is 6. Okay, so rhino, turtle, penguin, giraffe, elephant, koala. Okay, and then Cleo, where would you like the chip in the plinko bowl?
2 calling doves.
2 calling doves. It fell out the front. Okay, so we're gonna try that again. And it was koala, number 6.
Koala! Koala,
Yay, koala. Okay.
Koala.
Go.
You've
I was gonna say, why does Cameron hate this? The
Oh,
plinko?
he's got overlay issues going on, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because that's his
Oh.
that's his job. So
Yeah, I was gonna say we've been going about 2 hours. Do you mind if I take a quick hydration break?
No,
Because
go
I've
for
run
it.
out of
Go
tea
for
and
it.
coffee and Gatorade, so I'll be right back.
Oh, you dislike koalas? Is it because of the chlamydia? Because everybody, koalas have chlamydia. Oh, I'm sorry, Cam. I mean, I will let you go and do whatever it is you need to do. You don't have to watch me doing koalas. I didn't realise. I didn't know. That explains actually quite a few of our conversations we've had. I wasn't aware. So we're gonna... I kind of like koalas. Koalas are cute for me. Oh, this knife is terrible. No, I don't like this knife. This knife doesn't do what you need to do at all. That's not a knife. This is a knife. There we go. This one does what I tell it to do. Like, the quality of your knives, guys, makes a difference. It's deformed enough texturally that it's not that bad for you. I mean, that's fair. This knife stays still. This is the knife that I would like a surgeon operating on me with. Well, maybe not this one because it's blunt, but this knife. This one wibbles. I don't like wibble knives. Wibble knives can go doing. They cans. I'm kind of half expecting this to go really poorly for me because I press down really hard with this. So I need to learn to just chill out a little bit with my stabby knives. Out of context, the quality of your knives matter. I mean, I agree with that in cooking as well. If you've got poor quality knives, you're not going to be able to chop as fast or as easily. So maybe I need to press harder because maybe it's not going through. Maybe I need a new knife on my knife so it can knife while I knife. There we go. It looks fun. I mean, you know when I said I was going to like cheap shops to find craft kits? This was one of the craft kits I found in that same cheap shop that had the draw your own pet rock on it. So sharper knives are generally safer than dull knives. Probably. Probably. I probably should change the knife, to be fair. Change the blade, not the knife. The knife is pretty good. But the last time I did that, people had a meltdown. They just completely freaked out. The cutty knife. Never forget the cutty knife. Different from the slicey knife. butter knife. Look. It was how you changed it that was the problem. Details! It's fine. I mean, I could just... I've lost the tool that deals with this, but that's fine. This one isn't going anywhere for the moment. I'll do it off screen because people just drama queens. Just freak out. Someone just changing a knife blade. Ugh. Intentionally isn't looking. I hate this touching of a knife. Ooh, it's delicious. Ooh, don't touch knives, guys. That's literally a me problem, not a you problem. No knife touching. No knife touching allowed for you, but not for me. I'm a really bad influence when it comes to like knives and like scientific equipment, because as a science teacher, you just got used to handling things like mercury and bromine and all those sorts of, you know, chlorine gas, all those sorts of things that was just sort of like, and you kind of get blasé about it after a while.
Hello, I have returned.
Joe hath returneth, everybody.
Yay.
Praise be.
Oh. You know, I didn't realize how thick Charmander's calves were until I tried to draw them. But look at this. I don't know if you see this.
I see it. He's a chunky boy.
Gigantic calves. Yeah.
We like ourselves a chunky boy.
Apparently.
Praise be to the Joes with them. Had a friend who sometimes used dilute sulfuric acid to rinse his hands. Yeah. That's I mean, it's not good for your hands, but you know, it's not gonna cause you massive issues.
The key word there is dilute.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I have you need to be careful with sulfuric acid if it's not dilute. That is nasty stuff. The only time I've had like a really serious issue with children in school was when I was using dilute sulfuric acid in a practical, not dilute, undiluted sulfuric acid, like really strong stuff.
Oh no! And
they thought, oh, this is going to be like all the other times that she's told us that, you know, we have to be very careful. No, I was very serious. Rhino has resubscribed. That's a 5-month resub. Thank you very much. No one was hurt. No. I can safely go out on a limb and say no one was hurt.
Okay, so to get the toes in here, I'm gonna have that come like, or the claws or whatever. I don't know if they're claws or toes. How's your koala going?
My koala's going good. I've got most of his ear started. He's
oh, that's
chippy chopped.
That's interesting. So you cut out all the little pieces, and then what's it's like lace, kind of almost.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I
didn't really understand what filigree was, even though you explained it. I was just like, okay, I'll just follow along at home. But like now that I'm seeing it, it does make sense.
Yeah, it's like when you have like jewelry and stuff. It's the delicate raw work that you do, like. Surprised the school would allow children anywhere near concentrated sulfuric acid. Well, this was GCSE coursework, so you need to let them actually use the stuff and do the dilutions on their own. That's that's how they get the grade. If they can't do the dilutions, they get lesser grade, so they have to be allowed. So you can't artificially prevent them from getting the potential grade. So you have to let them try at least. And if they fail, then
witness the failure.
They just have to accept it. Because you teach them all about the dilutions beforehand, so you need this much and this much to get this dilution.
So the problem is the step I'm on now, I can't, is like toward the bottom of the page. Uh-oh, getting off the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have time for that.
I don't have time for the bottom of the page. Ew, grody.
Well, no, the problem is the bottom of the... So I keep putting it down here, and then I'm, like, working on his toes, and then people can't see it, so I'm, like, trying to keep it in frame, right?
That's fair.
I'd like people to be able to see the crafts I'm working on, especially considering that folks are, you know, paying.
Yeah, I mean...
It's like, it would be... What if I put on a good show to demonstrate appreciation for the people? You know, that might be...
I mean, a good show, Joe. We're being a bit optimistic here, aren't we?
Yeah, for a change, right?
We'll do our best, but, you know, we're still us.
Yeah, don't promise the people anything.
Surprisingly, only 14 people should think you shouldn't have a knife, but 44% are cool with it. Remember, I used to do like dissections on a regular basis. I can use the knife, and when I do play with it, I know exactly what I'm doing. You know, it's like,
Okay, so
it's almost like my job was in science for a good long time.
Comes below his thigh line here.
If I can play with mercury and be safe. I was out with radioactive sources. That was way more dangerous than a knife. Can I also point out that you weren't supposed to have mercury or radioactive sources in schools anymore when I was teaching? But we did, so we used them. And we also weren't supposed to have animals in formaldehyde anymore. But we did, and I used them. We had a axolotl in formaldehyde at my last high school I worked at.
Waste not, want not.
I mean, exactly. What do you mean we were supposed to dispose of it responsibly? We ain't got the money for that.
Oh, that's fun. So they're like, you have to get rid of this mercury.
Yeah, and they were just like, well, how do we do that? Well, I'm not going to tell you, and it's going to be really expensive. Find out, and it's like, we're just going to keep it.
Luckily, your MP's brother runs a mercury disposal business.
Well, we just kept the radioactive sources were the big one. It was just sort of like, you know, when you've got like radioactive cesium in your cabinet, and it's just sort of like, this is fine. I was trained how to handle them, so it wasn't, you know. Just don't point them at anyone. The amount of science teachers that just completely ignore the safety advice is unreal. But I think, you know, considering I was a science teacher, it's probably understandable that the sort of people that become science teachers. Well, in you know, we're not like, again, dissections are something that's not very common in high school over here. But kids in year 8, I always got them to dissect a heart because, you know, what else were they going to do on their stuff about the body? Do experiments where they had to run around? Go outside.
What was that perf noise?
It's puffed. Like, puffed, as if.
Okay, sorry. Like, just the way it came through the mic, it sounded like it was, like, it almost had a buzz to it. And I was like, what? Yeah.
What is that noise? What's this?
Yeah, I'm like, how did you do it? It was like a or something. It was weird. I can't do it. Hey, Kanika, thank you for tipping 10. That is gonna put us 8 away from our next face camera expansion. Appreciate you, Kanika, supporting the show.
Expansiones.
I think that this Charmander, I didn't make him chunky enough, so he almost looks more like a Charmeleon, unfortunately. like the proportions. He's too tall. Like he should be more squat, I think.
Like probably the funniest thing about getting, because I was in a boys' school, getting young boys to dissect things, is that it's a case of they saw the packet it came out of. It was literally hearts that I bought in a supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was just like, it's just meat. I need a glove. I'm like, okay, well, I used to just dissect this stuff because it was food safe without gloves on, and you know, shoving my fingers through aortas and stuff, and they're freaking out of those 12-year-old boys.
Mm-hmm.
It was delicious. I was like, you need to help your parents with cooking more, but I don't want to. Well, that's your fault.
If you learn one thing from Cleo, teacher, it's that everything is your fault.
Joe sitting there speaking from personal experience.
Yeah. Cleo has blamed a lot of things on me. Now, in fairness, they were all my fault. So, I mean, she's not wrong, as the kids say.
Not wrong. But you did feel personally persecuted at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get my kids to touch ickier things. It's a process. And yet they'll touch slime. Okay, you genuinely sound like an amazing teacher. I was very good at teaching. Like, very good. Like, it's one of the things that I think I found, you know, I was naturally good at, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't the teaching that made me quit. It was everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly it was your... I've taught you a lesson. What lesson have I taught you, Pushed? That's a concern. I've taught you to watch out. That's what I've taught you to do. I've taught you to be very, very careful.
Watch out. Here comes the Cleo zombie.
Wonder if one student recognised Cleo, the YouTuber, as their teacher. No. Never happened. Although I did get once, some kid said that's a lot of mumbo jumbo, and another kid just looked at me and went, that's a YouTuber by the name of Mumbo Jumbo. And I went, oh really? I did not know that.
Mumbo jumbo, innit?
It was the closest I've come to being found out by the children. And then I came home and I told Mumbo, and he just laughed. He goes, I would not have been able to keep a straight face. I would not have been able to not tell them. So...
Well, and I know you've heard this story before, Cleo, but one time at my old apartment complex, I went to the pool, and there is this dad and his kid there, and I'm there with my kid, and the dad just keeps, like, looking over at me in this weird way. And I'm like, and we're like 15, 20 feet apart. We're not, like, right next to each other or anything. And eventually he says loudly to his kid, what's the name of that guy on YouTube who makes those Hermitcraft videos you're always watching? And the kid goes, Iscal85! The dad just kind of like looks at me and goes, okay. He just doesn't say anything.
Did you at least nod at him to go, yeah.
I'm like, this is where I live. I don't want to be recognized.
Cleo is good at hiding secrets. It's not really a secret. It was just a case of, I don't want to have to do... Like, when they found out that I was a YouTuber, like, the day before I left, and I showed them my plaque...
The kids or the
kids? It was obsessive. Kind of, like, just asking and constantly, you know, demanding...
Well, your plaque says Zombie Cleo on it, though.
It does, but I have a band which says my teacher name on it. Just around it. So they couldn't peek under it, and they weren't allowed to touch it, so they couldn't take it off.
Oh, nice.
The plaque is what made it real for them.
Mm-hmm.
There was just like, are you a YouTuber? And they were just like, how many subs you got? And I'm like, about. I said, well, I've got the silver plaque. And they goes, oh, that means you've definitely got over 100,000. Yeah, can we see the plaque? All right. Poopsicles.
I feel like this is coming out okay, but like I said, the proportions are slightly more mature than a baby Charmander.
Yeah, it's definitely adult Charmander. It's Charlie.
Yeah, he's like about to evolve into Charmeleon. Karma, 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 Charmeleon.
You come and go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, people are asking if I'm still on a hibernation break. I guess I can take that sign down.
I mean, we were not always on hydration break.
Yeah. Well, I was able to get Sundrop recently. The grocery store has been sold out a lot.
Oh, is that the you've told me about this stuff, the stuff that bootleggers used to use.
Yeah. That's what Mountain Dew's based off of.
Okay.
So, like, with Mountain Dew, they were like, what if we removed the most expensive ingredients from the recipe and made it taste worse? Would people still buy it? And the answer was apparently. And because it's so much cheaper to make, they blew up. But...
yeah. It's funny how that goes, isn't it?
yeah, I know, right? Okay. So, Charmander is like a reddish...
That Deca guy has subscribed. Welcome to the Horde. If you look to your left and to your right, you'll see there are no exits.
No. Have you gotten the chance to watch Ted Lasso yet?
No.
Oh, there's a great bit where one of the ladies in the show is making fun of one of the footballers by doing an impression of him where she's like, I'm Roy Kent. I get paid to play a game for a living, but I'm angry about it all the time. And so whenever I start getting stressed out too much by anything with YouTube, I usually say that. I don't replace my own name or anything. I just did that. I'm Roy Kent and I get paid to play a game. I'm upset about it.
I get paid to play a game and do crafts.
Yay!
Living the dream, one might say. Which is insane to me, because it's like, it is actually a lot of people's dream to play video games professionally like we do. Mm-hmm. And we get to do it. They chose us to do this. Well, see, guys, it's your fault we do this, because you said, yes, we shall watch you.
We appreciate you all.
We do. But it's your responsibility now, guys. It's your fault.
Yeah, it's like in some cultures, if you save somebody's life, you're responsible for anything they do after that. So, like, you know, if they commit a crime or whatever, it's considered like you should have just let them die. You did this.
Your fault. We suffer the consequences every day.
These legs are so ludicrous. Like, he just has ludicrous legs.
The legs, I think, are the best part, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the funny thing, is I'm like, these legs look so wrong, but they're the part that's the most accurate.
Yeah.
And the other stuff, like, I thinned him out too much, I think.
Somehow we chose you. We are the off-brand Pokemon. JoeHills, I choose you.
JoeHills. Roy Kent.
So here's the question: what would your Pokemon superpower be?
Oh, well, I think before we figure out what the move set was, like what type of Pokemon I think is the... So, like, Cleo, would you love Bulbasaur, but would you consider yourself a leaf type? Or would it make more sense for you to be a ground or rock type since you're a geologist?
I'm probably ghost type, to be fair.
I was going to say, I'm probably that ghost type, because I'm literally translucent right now.
Joe definitely uses confuse. You're not wrong.
Got confused Ray, got confused Jean.
No, I maybe dark type, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But it really depends on the kind of day and what I'm feeling. Fire dark. I don't really know that I'm fire.
You've got incendiary.
Knock off Psyduck. Shut up, Red. Go away.
Knock off Psyduck. If anybody wants to draw Cleo holding her head and going,
Joe!
That's a perfect art and crafts opportunity for you right there.
Wow. Fortunately, Alice isn't here, so she can't just... they can't immediately just do that for you. And I've just got the horrible feeling that Cam is just going to run and tell her. Sorry, man.
People are arguing that I would be a normal type who evolves into a ghost type.
I didn't know. I don't know that it would be evolves into a ghost type. You just get so fed up and just like, I'm dying now. I'm done.
I'm dying, Squirtle.
Knock off Psyduck. That's just rude and hurtful.
That's rude. It's hurtful because it's hilariously good.
You're supposed to be my friend, Joe.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are supposed to be a lot of ways.
Wow.
I mean, I am your friend, but you should expect less from me.
Oh, I do. I expect far less from you, Joe.
It's probably for the best.
Friends are honest, Cleo. Shut up, Cat. And you know what, Red? We're going to have words at some point. Next time I see you on the Patreon server, we're going to have words with the hammer. Much as you love Pokemon, you think you love Digimon more. You see, I was in the era where, when I came back from high school, Pokemon was on TV, and then when I went to uni, Digimon sort of became popular. So I don't really know what Digimon is, because, you know, university.
Well, Digimon are digital monsters. Digimon are the champions. They change into digital monsters to save the digital world, that sort of thing.
Thanks, Joe.
That's just straight out of the theme song.
I know. I actually do know the theme song. They said I wasn't really aware of them, not that I didn't know anything.
Joseph's mother's bow says, will there be HHH later today? Nope, not today.
We're doing stuff for other people.
Well, yeah, so sometimes when we do HHH, we can't stream it because there's, like, spoilers. So, sorry.
Yeah.
So, kind of, there is HHH, but there's no HHH stream.
Pretty much. I don't have a hammer on the new server. Wait, what's it worth for you to give me to give you one? You see, I always have the ban hammer pushed. Always. Please give me a head start. I need time to dig deep and silent. I can teleport on my server, Red. Serena Blueberry resubscribed for 7 months. Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, that's gonna be weird. This tail flame is not centered at all.
It's okay. Your Charmander just has. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. It's Charmander, but not as we know it.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, it's definitely no Rowlet ornament.
Seren
or...
Theory has resubscribed for 6 months. Thank you very much.
You know what I forgot to do?
What?
I forgot to give him a Santa hat. And the white band on the Santa hat would definitely look... You would clearly be able to see the erased color pencils behind it. So I think we're gonna give him another candy cane!
Woohoo! More candy canes!
Candy canes for all the Pokemon!
Look, we're having enough time giving Pushpok, keeping Pushpok as admin on the server. I'm pretty sure that I could probably work on it that he's not.
There we go. Candy cane. So I feel like it should go more that way.
It's your first Cleo stream. I'm so sorry, Zara.
There we go. Candy cane.
Oh, Joe. What are we going to do with you?
Alrighty. So, we're gonna go ahead back here to our list, and we're gonna cross off Charmander, and we will put in, I don't know, Togepi. He's at least recognizable.
Yeah.
So we got in slot 1, Togepi, slot 2, Lotad, slot 3, Trogdor, slot 4, Bulbasaur, slot 5, Popplio, and slot 6, Meowth. Cleo, where should we start?
Can we go for 4 calling birds?
4 calling birds. Hey, that was number 2, Lotad. So here we go.
Everybody take a drink. Everybody hydrate.
Hydrate. Okay.
This is a very interesting first stream. It's me and Joe doing what we do best, being sarcastic. So, you know.
I'm trying, yeah.
Who's that Poke Rapper? I don't know.
I should probably take pictures of these before I, accidentally screw them up somehow, too.
You can't... When they're finished, you can't screw them up anymore.
No, but, if I, pushed through the paper somehow, or,
yeah, to be fair, that is a thing you could do.
Okay. Oh, hey. I went over to my phone to try and take pictures. But, I'm easily distracted by everything else on my phone.
Yeah, me too.
Which is why I don't usually take my phone out during this stream. But, okay. Let's get this now.
Why would you want to leave? That is a good question. Why would you want to leave? There's no toilet. Oh, there are toilets. There's just no exit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be sanitary otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I keep the toilets, nice and clean.
Yeah.
There's vending machines and TV. You just can't leave. Toilets require exits. No, they don't. Not the way my toilets work, they don't. They just require other monsters. Everything's a toilet if you're brave enough. Not sure that's true. Is there any chips? I mean, you know, look in the cupboards, look in the pantry. There's probably something there.
Okay, I want to refine this candy cane.
It's less a prison, more a commune, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Just one you can't leave, so most communes that I've ever heard about.
So, the news that I just saw on my phone that distracted me is that a full-time streamer just took a job as a game designer. You're probably not familiar with his work because he's kind of niche. His name is Jack Danger. he goes by Dead Flip on Twitch, and he mostly did pinball streams. And he had been doing some contract work designing pinball games, but now he's a full-time game designer for Stern.
Well,
so that's pretty
nice. That's what you have to look forward to, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, it's one of those things, like, honestly, working in a design role at a gaming company would be really cool. Like, I don't know.
Incredibly cool.
I'm very happy being my own boss, and especially, like, being able to pick my kid up from school myself and not having to deal with daycare or after-school care or whatever.
Yeah, I get that. I mean,
but, like, you know... Oh, go on.
I was just going to say, to be honest, I'm not sure I'd go back to, like, a full-time job. I would never be able to get up in time anymore.
Yeah. Well, I kind of think, though, like, after she graduates from high school and moves out and stuff, like, you know, when I think about, like, what kind of... If I did decide, like, oh, I wanted to take a full-time job because I'm, like, lonely. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like, okay, you know... and especially, too, if I was taking the job because I wanted to, not because I had to. I feel like that would be a huge difference in, like, what I could negotiate in terms of my vacation time and stuff. Like, if I'm taking the job because I want it, not because I need it, I can say, look, if you don't let me go to Europe for 2 weeks in the summer, I'm not going to work here.
I'm just going to hand in my notice, and I will get those 2 weeks regardless. And
yeah, but, like,
do someone valuable.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of sway right now, or because I don't have that kind of financial stability where I could just, you know, take a job and then quit it. But, like, you know, the idea... I really do think, like, now that I'm seeing what I like about being self-employed, like, the idea of, like, okay, if I did take another job, it would be because... It would be because I was working with a team with resources and stuff to do things that I couldn't do on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get
and
that.
it would be something I could walk away from if I needed to. And, like, it really seems cool. Mozel Bob says, having worked in the games industry, it isn't cool. It's a lot of stress and deadlines. Well, and I'm not sure how much the video game industry and the pinball industry have in common there. Because, like, the pinball industry involves a lot of physical prototyping and stuff, and so I'm sure there's, like, hard deadlines and things, but it's also one of those things where it's like, hey, I sent this design off to the prototype guys in the lab. It'll be back in 3 days. You know? You can schedule time off around time taking to produce things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, as a developer, it's like, okay, this code's compiling, it'll take 20 minutes. I can get up and get a coffee without feeling guilty, you know?
I'm not going to charge for the toilets. The vending machines, however...
They wouldn't be vending machines if you didn't charge for them. They would be machines. They'd be giving machines.
But they are also vending items, so...
Well, no, but vending implies commerce. If you just have a machine that dispenses items, it's a dispensary. Okay. So, LOTAD seems to have a few circles in it in step 1 here. Squinting can help you see a drawing in a simpler form. If you squint at this drawing of LOTAD, you see an oval sitting on top of a circle. Draw these basic shapes, then add guidelines to help you place the face and body. Like, it seems dumb, but it's so intimidating just trying to draw ovals that match the proportions of other people's ovals. Like, I'd almost rather just try to freehand the whole thing, but that's not the point of this exercise. The point of this exercise is to get out of my comfort zone a little bit. Oh, and also I forgot to take a picture of John.
How do we make money to use on the vending machines if we're stuck here? I mean, that's really up to you. There's the internet.
Work remote.
I mean, you're the ones that came here. It's really not my issue at this point. You knew what you signed up for. And if you didn't, well, really, that's your fault for not reading the fine print.
Oh, these are terrible ovals. I can't even draw an oval well.
Oh, Joe.
I should just get some oval guidelines, or not guidelines, ovals, stencils, and just stencil ovals for 20 minutes. And until I've, like, mentally got the
shape
muscle
down.
memory down. Yeah. Because, like, when I was a kid, my dad had all these drafting tools, including, like, a bunch of oval guides and stuff, and they still sell them in art shops. I know they exist today. Like,
oh, they do. They absolutely do.
It sounds silly, but, like, little stuff like that, to just be like, I just need this oval at this angle, boom, 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 you put it down, you draw it. It's like, rather than like overthinking it or oval thinking it. I'm just air tracing this.
That was terrible. But I liked it.
There we go. That one's better.
I think this is supposed to be its eye.
Okay. Technically, these are ellipses, not ovals. It's fine.
Oh, don't worry. Me and Cam had a discussion about oblongs. Because in the UK, oblong is rectangle. That's literally what it is.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, it's what we're taught. It's like an oblong is a rectangle. Any rectangle that's not a square, effectively. And it was just sort of like, no. It was. It was an interesting discussion because I learned that in America, not all oblongs are rectangles.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like I have this rough shape here from number 1. Number 2. Step 2. Draw curved lines on the inner edge of the oval to make it look three-dimensional. Then add 3 U-shaped feet to the bottom of the body. A U-shaped eye sits just to the right of the vertical guideline. Okay. So U-shaped eye goes here. That's too much.
Other shapes can have the oblate modifier. Yeah, we talked about that as well. It was definitely a conversation that we had, and it took up at least an hour going over what the fudge was happening. Because it was not a conversation that I expected to have what an oblong is.
Oh, Cleo, I know that you're always on the lookout for the hot new streaming game.
Oh, am I? Okay.
I don't know. But I think I found one that's relatively fun to stream and has enough players active. Like, it's on its way up, not its way out. And it is... have you seen the Japanese film Battle Royale?
I have, yes.
Yeah. So, basically, they took the concept from that, where you've got, like, this encroaching... border with like hot zones popping up where you'll die if you're inside of them, and combined it with Scrabble, and it's called Blabble Royale. I'm gonna stream it on Thursday, and I'm really excited. But yeah, it's not like a paid gig or anything. This is not an ad.
This is not a Joe ad, but
no, this is just like I found a game that I want people to play so that when I log in, there are not 0 players in the queue. And yeah, so Thursday night I'm gonna have a bunch of folks from my Patreon community. Well, technically anybody who watches the stream, it's a free to download game, you know. But I've been showing it to my Patreon community, being like, guys. Download this. I want to play it Thursday night, and there need to be people in the queue. You could be those people.
Heard it here first, guys. Something that you want to play games with Joe? Play games with Joe.
Yep, Thursday night. But yeah, so the thing is that if you create so basically, as you create new words, the tiles behind you get grayed out and just become like terrain almost. And so your latest word is basically your character, right? And you can kill other players by connecting to their active words. Like, you can always build off their dead tiles, but if you want to actually kill somebody, you need to connect. Like, so let's say that they're a few tiles away and they've got an S at the end of their word. If I can write a word that ends with S and connect to them there, starting with my active word, then they're out.
I see.
And you can like buy upgrades to get new tiles faster and items and stuff. It's actually really fun.
It does sound interesting. I'll give it that.
So just thinking about you arguing about oblates and oblongs. It's like, oh, if you love being pedantic about things, you would love complaining about getting killed by a word you're not sure is real in Scrabble. This is for you, Cleo.
Not sure it is, I mean, you just have to say, if you like arguing, and then it's like, no, I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
Cleo does not love being pedantic, even though she definitely does, but she claims only I do. Cam, you are super pedantic, though. You're just a pedant.
Goes from about there to there.
Complain about being killed by a world that you're not sure is real sounds like my English class. I mean, yeah, knowing the English classes I've had, you're not wrong. To be fair, I'm more likely the person killing other people with words they don't think is real, because I have a fairly decent vocabulary. I can't anagram words to save my life, though, so it might not be me.
Oh, okay.
But are any words real? I thought they were all made up. Shut up, Zero.
This doesn't look terrible. Like, this is coming out roughly.
It looks
weird, but like
Yeah. But it's a leaf Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, there was a joke in Zero Punctuation where Beyonce's like, I feel bad for the designers at Pokemon, because at this point, every year they're just asked to find 200 more ways to poorly draw a cat.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I have to say, this looks pretty good from the other side. Not from this side. From this side, it looks.
Oh, that's the truth, though.
But it looks quite pretty.
Okay.
Sorry, with a vein. Enjoy your meeting. I'm a good artist. Yes, I drew this.
Centauratron says, please tell me Joe didn't just hear about Fortnite now. Welcome, Anastasia. Anastasia says, I want to high-key want to play, but I'm dyslexic. Well, Cameron over in Cleo's chat claims that dyslexic people are the best at anagrams.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, because he says, I'm dyslexic and it makes me really good at anagrams.
Okay.
So maybe, you're overthinking it. Maybe you're going to be better at figuring
Anagrams
out.
than you think you are. I mean, I suppose that makes sense because, letters jumping around might actually be helpful in that situation.
It helps you reorganize mentally.
Now that you said that, a lot of the kids that were dyslexic were very good at anagrams.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, maybe give the game a try. Don't let other people tell you what your limitations are.
yeah.
Okay.
Not good at spelling them right, just good at finding them. That's reasonable.
Well, I will say, because it's such a fast-paced game, you spend most of your time playing very short words too. So you don't have to worry about spelling them especially well, because they're not long enough to be misspelled usually. Although life finds a way.
It does, Joe. It really does.
Oh, did I tell you I'm doing a Guardians of the Galaxy stream with my friend who has 2 Star-Lord outfits?
Oh
tomorrow.
no!
Wait, no, not tomorrow. Tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, tonight. Tonight's the night.
You've got a busy day today.
I do. I've got three things today. I got this. I got the Hermitcraft thing later. That's not streamed, and then I've got pinball with me dressed as Star-Lord. And I don't think that his costume is gonna fit me at all. But that's a good handicap because I've had a lot more time to play the game, and so me in an incredibly poorly fitting Ravager's outfit is gonna really, I think, make the night. So it should be fun.
Don't let other people tell you what your limitations are. It is a good thing, Centuritron. It is like it's nice. It's a nice pithy quote that we should all attribute to Joe.
Hey, howdy, Mr. Hardlook.
We should put it on one of those inspirational posters.
Well, Lee, as the VOD will hopefully still be available. Although, I'm gonna have to probably stream it on Twitch only because of the music, because it's got the Guardians of the Galaxy awesome mix soundtrack in there, and I don't want to risk a copyright strike on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, no, maybe not.
Okay.
I'd watch that. Well, it's tonight. It's the thing to watch. You can absolutely. We're not doing HHH. Absolutely watch Joe.
Well, it's gonna be tonight my time, not HHH time. It's gonna be at 9 o'clock US Central. So it might not be optimal for Cleos of the world.
I mean, nothing is ever optimal for Cleos of the world.
Oh no, Cleos of the world. Okay.
I am getting tired. I thought today was Wednesday because we were doing class. I'm sorry. No, my cats have to go to. Well, I say my cats. My cat has to go to the vet to get jabbed on Wednesday. And the vets I'm in is massively overbooked, so it was the only time I could get. So 2.5 hours. Yeah, that's about when my brain usually starts shutting down.
But that's okay. You're working with a knife, so
Yeah, what could go wrong, Joe?
I know, right? It's perfect.
Do I miss my teaching job at all? I miss teaching. And I miss hanging out with kids. I don't miss anything else. Hey, Alice, who was resubscribed for 8 months. And I am having a good day, Alice. Thank you. And do not listen to Cam.
Why? What's Cam doing?
No, he's going to tell them about the Psyduck incident.
Oh. Yeah, that's not really a thing.
No. Shouldn't really tell them about that.
Trying to shade this. I don't know if it's gonna work.
I mean, it looks like it's working.
Yeah. Might add a little bit of light down here too, just to fill in
Working with
the
a
light.
knife while sleepy, it's okay. Any big mistakes will wake you right up. Parent-teacher nights, you missed that for sure. No.
Okay, so the bill here, we're gonna do mostly yellow with orange in the shaded area.
Joe would be more fitting as Psyduck. I don't know whether to be offended on Joe's behalf or find that funny.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so... Have a good time at work, Anastasia.
Considering the conversation, that's probably going to... Have a good time at work. We're glad we don't have to go. And we're very sorry that you do. But have a good time. I sometimes forget this is work, you know?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Cleo, I'm at work right now. Okay, unlike you, I actually woke up early for this. Like, my kid doesn't have school today, so normally I would be awake anyway to get her to school.
I was ill.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. No, I'm the one that was ill. That's the reason that we can't skip streams right now. Or, I mean, I can't.
Look, I ended up vomiting into the bathtub because I didn't have a bucket. So not only did I have to deal with the fact that I was vomiting, but I also had to clean the bathtub.
Oh, that's no fun.
No. So, you know.
Okay.
Vomit.
This is gonna come up over...
Better the bathtub than the carpet. Yeah, that was my reasoning at the time. It was just sort of like, huh. It's like you make a choice. You make your choice, you take your price.
Oh, dang it, I'm not in frame. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, no. You're not. No, that's true. Lisa made it to the bathtub. Yeah. I mean, there are 100 ways that could have been worse. But it was still pretty manky to deal with. Because having to clean up just after you've been throwing up is not preferable.
Mm-mm.
I'm just looking forward to a break over Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a... not being forced to do stuff kind of thing. Because I suspect I'll still be doing I'll still be doing streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Because streaming is easy. Are we still on for next Wednesday?
You and I? I thought so.
I was just checking that, holidays hadn't got in there.
No, because, with Christmas being, and whatnot being, Friday and Saturday, no, it doesn't really impact my Wednesdays.
Excellent. I need to find out a new project to do.
Same for New Year's. Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do yet either.
I mean, I'm probably gonna finish this first.
Yeah, I might want to just sketch electrical components and work on wiring diagrams and stuff.
Very crafty.
Well, I mean, it kind of is.
I suppose so. Last time I threw up, I couldn't clean it up because I had to debate if I needed to go to the hospital that night or the next morning. Yeah, there is always that side of things. I mean, I was very aware that this was, it wasn't going to last a long time. It was just a very kind of, oh, this is weird. Oh. So, yeah. My cats usually follow me into the bathroom and get into the bathtub. They did not that time.
Yeah, good judgment, kittens.
It was just smart. Very smart. The holidays are going to be pretty chill. I mean, we don't have a choice with the holidays being chill, to be fair. What with all the restrictions that are going to end up going into place.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I like how the current government is just waiting to announce. I feel like they're just waiting to announce lockdown until after Christmas, because it's just sort of like Boxing Day lockdown. Because otherwise everyone's going to be absolutely up in arms. For a zombie, I'm very human. I know. I hide it well. I've got a mask. Last year repeat. Well, no, not last year repeat, because, you know, we went into lockdown before the holidays. Just. I reckon they're going to wait, because there will be outcry, and then, you know, politicians are politicians. Masks are good.
So I haven't figured out how I'm going to make this Christmassy, because I don't know how to put a candy cane in his hand. But I feel like this is a decent LOTAD.
I think that looks pretty good, Joe. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I think you did really well on that one. So we'll accept one non-Christmas one, but your next one does have to have a hat, unless you want to give up. Because there's no shame in being done, Joe.
Let's see. Well, I did just get a tip from Rochelle, who says, "Hello, Joe. Like the hat." I'm assuming you mean my hat and not LOTAD's hat, but maybe LOTAD's non-holiday themed hat does look good too. Either way, that puts us 3 away from our next face camera expansion. Thank you for supporting the show, Rochelle. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Put a present next to LOTAD. Yeah, what if there's a box?
Yeah, no, that could work.
Now, the thing is, though, that, like, I haven't figured out because I think you're kind of, like, looking down at him like he's in a pond. And so you'd be looking down at a box. So I feel like if I put a square next to him and the dimensions, like...
Yeah.
I feel like the gifts, if I don't get the gifts really right, it's gonna look weird. Make the ground under his paws ice like he's skating. Oh, that sounds easier than...
You could put, like, tiny little blades on his feet so he's ice skating.
Yeah, he gets little ice skates. LOTADs carry things on the lily pad part. Well, I just colored that in, so... Let's see. I can give him some Jacob Marley chains. Isn't it Christmas Carol?
There's a very bad boy this Christmas.
Ooh. I feel like there's something here. I just need to think. Random piece of holly. Yeah. We could have him waiting under the mistletoe.
Oh.
Let's see. Candy cane in his mouth. That's a very good suggestion. Blaze the gold banana bread. I think that is probably what I'm going to end up doing. But let's see what else comes in. When in doubt, turn it into a Christmas ornament. The thing is that the hook on the ornament would really need to go right here. Right in the middle. So that would be weird looking.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Okay. So, yeah, I think I am gonna do a candy cane.
Just for a change.
Put him in a snow globe. I don't know. I feel like the snow globe would have to be bigger. This is just a very odd, because this is a very top-down view, and so I'm not used to drawing backgrounds from that angle. LOTAD kissing C-Dot with mistletoe on its acorn top. I don't know what C-Dot looks like, but you are welcome to try that yourself. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the candy cane. It's so easy.
It's so easy.
It's so easy to candy cane. It's so easy to candy cane. It's so easy. There we go. It's got a candy cane as well. He's like, nom, 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 nom.
No, 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 no.
Okay. Whew. So
Pulled
normally
that
when I
one
do these-
victory from the jaws of defeat there, Joe.
Yeah. Okay, so I know sometimes we go 4 hours on these, and we've only gone about 3. But on a normal crafting stream, my daughter would be in school, and
I am
she
perfectly okay with finishing, Joe.
she is at home, and I would like to go make her lunch. So if you, are you gonna keep going, Cleo?
No,
I can
I'm
raid
gonna
you if you
stop
are.
as well because we got a night ahead of us,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
and I need to reset up my setup. And
Yeah,
I'm sure
I gotta
you do too
move
as
all
well.
I gotta move all the camera stuff for the pinball stream tonight. I got a bunch of
Oh,
stuff.
thank you, Zephyrus, for the resub for 6 months, and thank you, Paleo, for the biddies. I really appreciate it, and Santa appreciates all your biddies, and Red, thank you for the biddy. Thank you for turning up, guys. I know it's a bit of a weird one. Flathead, Jeffrey, and the other two whose names I've forgotten. Your last biddy. They say Merry Christmas and goodbye. I'm
Merry
gonna check.
Christmas.
Right. I'm going to go and see who I want to stream to, and I'll see you later, Joe.
Alrighty, bye, Cleo.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Okay, guys. Now, this is where I check and see if there is anyone out there. No, that is not what I meant to look at. Is there anyone out there? Oh, there's Joe. Cam's playing Minecraft, so, you know, they're the only one that I really know who's up there right now playing some Minecraft. So thank you for everything, guys. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for like everything. So I do know Cam, shockingly. Thanks everybody. I really appreciate you guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.